This is an introduction to the basic mechanics of Out There Somewhere and how we use them to speedrun this game. So most of the game takes place in this platformer mode, and our main weapon is the teleport gun, which just allows us to teleport. But one of the main intended uses of this teleport gun is to do a double jump. That is, we jump, we shoot, we jump. That allows us to jump off the wall. Now the way this is implemented allows us to use a little creatively. If we stand close to a wall and jump and shoot, then we still get like an upwards boost. It allows us to jump much higher than just a normal jump. I call this a boost jump. The reason this works is because if when our teleport shot hits, we still have a little upwards speed, then we get given upward speed at the point we're teleporting to. So if we stand close to the wall, shoot and jump, we still have upward speed and the game treats it as though it's a double jump. However, we need to keep in mind that we cannot stand too close to the wall, because there's a threshold where if you're too close to the wall, the teleport shot won't work. And the threshold is precisely one block, and a block is the size of these destructible blocks. All the levels are designed in terms of block sizes. So we need to be one block away, like here. This is not one block away, this is. So that's the threshold. And we can do this boost jump. This is about the limit to where we can do boost jump. Can do it here, could do it here. So if we are this close to a wall, we can kind of boost off a wall, and this is very useful. So we've seen how to do boost jumps. But because we get a boost every time we do a boost jump, we can actually chain them together, like so. And we can, as long as we have two walls that are sufficiently close together, we can keep doing this. It is quite precise, and this is not the ideal setup. These walls are 2 blocks apart, which makes it very hard, as you can see. But we can get up here if we just try. Now there are 2 difficulties when doing this. Since these walls are 2 blocks apart, the main difficulty is that what I want to do, I want to shoot, but then I'm in this position, and I want to turn around to shoot the wall over here, but I need to make sure not to move too far towards the wall while I'm trying to shoot it, because if I do, then my teleport shot won't work, because I'm too close. As we said earlier, we need to be at least 1 block away. So it looks like this. My teleport shot is ineffectual. So what I need to do is I need to remember to not hold the movement key, just need to press it once to change my direction, and then shoot. Because if I hold my movement key, then it doesn't work. The other thing we need to keep in mind is we need to be quick. If we hesitate just a little bit, like this, then we don't have enough upward speed when our shot hits the wall, and we just kind of fall down. And in many cases when we use these teleport shots, that means having to do it all over again. And you should not mash the teleport button. If you mash the teleport button, it won't work, because there's some kind of rate limiter. You have to only press the teleport button when you're ready to shoot. So it takes a lot of timing and a lot of practice to really get good at this. Let me show you on a wall that's 3 blocks apart. This here is probably the best level to actually practice repeated teleport jumps, because these 2 walls, they are actually 3 blocks apart. So that makes it a little easier. It's a little easier also to be slow, but we need not really worry about being too close to the wall, so we can just hold our direction key. Like so. And we can jump up here. It still takes a lot of practice to get good at this, and it's not that slow to just go the ordinary way around here, but it is quicker to do the repeated teleport jumps up like this. So here's another place where we can use our boost jump. Normally we would just kind of jump here, But this is actually kind of slow because we have to lose our momentum and fall a little bit, and that takes time. So ideally we would actually want to just kind of keep going upwards, and we can do that like this. So we can either do a repeated shot like this, or we can actually just do a repeated shot on this side here, like so. And the reason this works is because we cannot just do like this, because then we are barely too close. We are within the one block. Just anything of us need to be within the one block for our teleport shot not to work. So we need to shoot a teleport shot, move to the side a little bit, turn around and then shoot again, and do this before we lose our upward speed. Like so. And the same in this direction. These two are again 2 blocks apart, this wall and this wall. So we need to make sure not to move towards the wall here, or it works like this. Just turn around and be quick about it. And we can boost. And again here, these two, they're not strictly speaking walls, but we can use them as walls. And they are again 2 blocks apart, so we can do it, but we need to be careful to just turn around and to be quick about it. So we can get up like this. And here we can do boost jump off this wall to get up here. This is another great place for a boost jump. We cannot normally get over this thing, so what we would do with intended strats is go this way. But that takes forever. We can just kind of stand just barely 1 block away and boost over it. Very useful, very easy. Like that. And the things that can go wrong is we can miss our shot, or we can accidentally shoot in here. If we get in here, then the thing to do is to just jump up and do it the intended way. But it's a very nice application of our repeated boost jumps. Here's another place where we can use our boost jump. Normally you would go up here and do kind of a double jump off this thing. But there's no reason to actually do that. Once we are here, we can just boost off this beam here. Like so. So here we get to the green beams. There's a very neat glitch where you can just kind of jump around this block up here. Like so. And that allows us to skip some stuff. Normally we would have to go around here, shoot this, and then we're up here. The way this works is an abuse of one of the basic mechanics of how teleporting works. Teleporting is mainly meant for double jumping. So you shoot and you jump just as you're about to hit. But most people have terrible timing, so they kind of programmed in a little flexibility in terms of when you're allowed to jump. So for about 4 frames at 30 FPS, about 4 frames after you've teleported, the game still acts as if you are on a platform. So I can actually jump for 4 frames after I'm teleported. But if my teleport is to the top of a green beam, then 4 frames is precisely enough time to get out of the way of the block and then jump around it. So what I do is I shoot my teleport shot and I start moving to the right and I wait to be teleported, and then I wait for 4 frames and then I hold jump. And it looks like this. Yeah, this is how it looks when I fail it, because I'm too slow. Here you saw me hit the block because I jumped too early, because you can also jump on frame 2, but then you're just not getting around the block. Let's look at this frame by frame. So here we're 2 frames away from hitting. We're 1 frame away from hitting. We end up now hit and teleported. We're still holding right. 1 frame in. 3rd frame. Now in the 4th frame we're actually pressing jump now, but the game hasn't jumped. 5th frame we are jumping now. On 6th frame we can see we are clear now. Now we'll see what it looks like when we press jump too early. Again, we wait for us to be teleported. And from 2 you see we press jump. That's way too early. Never works. And you can see we get up a little bit, but we hit our head and we start falling. Let's just look at another successful green beam jump, where we jump on frame 4 again. So here, frame 2, frame 3, we still haven't jumped, and we're pressing jump now on frame 4. And you can see it's cleared very convincingly. It takes a good deal of practice to get this right, and when I say 4 frames, that is an approximate figure, it's not exact. It depends on how close you actually are when you shoot your teleport shot, because the game does some kind of interpolation where it kind of calculates how far into the frame you are when the teleport happens. So it's on the 3rd or the 4th frame, depending on how your teleport shot goes. So you just have to kind of develop the required muscle memory. And even if it was always on the 4th frame, you could actually count, unless you are like a Taz or something. This time something strange happens. We actually jump on frame 4, but frame 1 and frame 2 are going to be identical. Let's just wait and see. Frame 1, frame 2, nothing happens. And I think the reason this happens is because sometimes the frame rate drops a little bit when you get teleported, and then just nothing happens. I jump on frame 4, and it's looking good, but we barely hit our head. And on frame 6 we can see we're starting to fall. Here we're going to see another fail, but this is a legitimate fail because I'm 1 frame too early in my jump. So we get teleport as normal, frame 1, frame 2, nothing is happening yet, that's good. But on frame 3, I actually pressed the jump button, that's 1 frame too early. Frame 4 we start to move upwards, it looks like we might clear the block, but we start to fall down on frame 5 as we can see. And you are going to miss this often. I get it maybe 50% of the time when I'm doing well, and maybe 20% of the time when I'm doing badly. So we just saw an example of it failing on frame 3. But let me now show you an example of it working on frame 3. Because sometimes that's the right frame. Frame 1, frame 2, and now frame 3 comes up, and we jump on frame 3. So we think we're going to hit the wall, but we're not. We are going to clear it, as you can see here. So let us now see what happens when we are too slow. So in this example I'm going to jump on frame 5, which is too late. It always has to be frame 3, frame 4, usually frame 4. Frame 3 we are still not jumping, that's good, but we're not jumping on frame 4 either. On frame 5 we press jump, but that's 1 frame too late. And you can see we start to fall. This time I'm going to fail despite jumping on frame 4. And not by falling down, I'm going to hit my head. I'm not sure there's any way around this. I think this is just, I'm unlucky and get into some kind of state where you cannot do anything. So I'm jumping on frame 4 now. It's doing good, we are maybe a few pixels too close. But we start to fall. This time the teleport is going to happen in such a way that the correct frame to jump on is going to be frame 3. I'm going to jump on frame 4 instead. So, frame 2. Frame 3, you can see we already almost cleared the block, so we should have jumped now. On frame 4 I start to jump, but it doesn't register because it's too late. So I just want to expand a little bit on why the green beam jump works. So let us do a teleport shot, but let us wait to jump until after we teleported. So we're about to do a double jump, but we still haven't jumped. Still haven't jumped, but we have been teleported. Still haven't jumped, frame 2. On frame 3 we jump. So it shouldn't register, but it does register. And that's why the green beam stuff works. So a small trick that I'm not sure it's really a trick, but some people might have missed this, is that you can actually death warp. I need to talk to this guy to advance the game because he opens a barrier. So I go down here, I talk to him. Now normally I would have to go back up, but really we can just kill ourselves and get transported to the last save point. And the barrier will still be open.